o'clock, high noon on Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Every Monday, I'm going to be going live for about 1 hour. And during this period of time, there will always be at least one topic that I will discuss. But also during this time, you're going to be on a ride along with me. And since this is the inaugural event, there's probably going to be some glitches and everything, and I'm going to be a little bit nervous, but we'll get through it, and these will get better over time. But I want to focus on some things that are happening right now in the gig world. It's January. It's the first quarter of the year. And just historically looking back, this is a bad time of year business-wise. So we're probably all feeling it. It's probably a little bit a little bit slow for everyone. In fact, I'll just show you right now what I'm looking at. So in my zone, Lithia Springs, I'm just that hazy shade of orange. It's not busy yet. There might be some business out there, but not really. So I haven't logged in yet for the day. Well, actually, I haven't logged in yet for this session. I thought it'd be interesting to actually see how much money we can make while I'm live streaming. So I've ended my dash from earlier this morning, and I can just go ahead and show you my earnings real quick too. Let's just run through that real quick. So a whopping $26. Jeff only made $13 yesterday. Bummer. So I've only made 26 today, but I didn't get out early in the morning, which I do like to do today. I slept in for the first time in a long time and actually enjoyed it. Here's my ratings, where we're starting at for the day. 4.92, 70% acceptance. We'll probably get to 100% completion because I know I'm coming up on one of the ones that I had to unassign here. There were actually two. One rolled off, and then there was another one right after it, so I know that's coming. And look at my earnings here for a little bit. You can see that, you know, the idea is I want to make about $100 a day and make about $2,000 a month. And actually, we could probably show that easier on GridWise. So we've got $1,600 in so far for the month of January, and it is January 16th. So we are pretty much on schedule. I'm going to start DoorDash here in just a second, but I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of insight into me, and then maybe I'll give you a quick tour of the car here so you can see what's going on in there. And then we'll start DoorDash, and we'll see what kind of money we can make. I'm in a spot that I like to hang out. I call it the Golden Triangle because it's an intersection of three roads where basically there's just a ton of restaurants and stuff around this area. Almost anything you could think of. And then there's also a cell tower that I could show you real quick as well that's right over a hill. So I know they've got good cell coverage. See where that LA Fitness is, and then kind of off to the left there's a power pole up. Off in the distance is the cell tower. Okay, enough about that. So I started doing DoorDash back in 2021. It was a year after the pandemic, and I was already a little bit nervous about companies reorganizing and reshuffling. I worked for a major telecommunications company at the time and had worked there for 17 years. And actually, I spent my whole life in telecom. I had been at other companies prior to that. So for the last 25 years, I've been doing kind of the same thing. And I could see the writing on the wall. I mean, something like this is going to be a good chance for businesses to reorganize, cut costs, save money. And I was actually surprised in 2020, the entire year, my company didn't really do a lot of that. So I started focusing myself in 2021 of just getting out of debt. In fact, this would be kind of an interesting thing to look at. I'll go ahead and show you my earnings from 2021 real quick. So you can see that I kind of dipped my toe in the water in September and October. And then I said, I think I could do this. How much do I need to make if I wanted to double up on house payments and pay off my house? And I said, well, maybe about $2,000 a month. And so that's what I started making. You can see in November to December. And I was still doing my regular job. I had to earn this money on the weekends and either very early in the morning or after work in the afternoon. So then in 2022, you can see that I pretty much maintained that same level, about 2,000 a month. There were a couple 3,000 months in there, I think. But doing this, I was able to make extra house payments. And within a very short period of time, throwing my company bonus in and stuff, I was able to pay off my house. And so that's kind of my story. In 2022, the company decided that my quiet quitting was over with and they let me go, but not after making $31,000 last year. So that's that. Let me give you a look around the car so you can kind of see my setup. This computer over here, hold on, flip this. So the iPad I have over here is going to monitor the chat, and I'll be able to see what the lag is like. It looks like it's only about a minute or so, maybe a little under a minute. These are the control panels. And yeah, I got to get out there, Jeff. I agree. It's that one town is only about an hour from where I live because I live real close to I-20. I could be there in about an hour and 10 minutes, so I'm going to do that. You can see my fuel economy. Sometimes you guys have heard me say I get 50 to the gallon. I'm a little under that right now because I just fueled up and the car's been idling on and off. I drive a Kia Niro hybrid. That's the case, or that's the holder of the phone for the live stream will be. On the back seat, we've got pizza bags, drink holders, stuff like that. And then got my DoorDash catering bag. And usually whenever I get orders, even if they're not high dollar value orders, you know, just McDonald's or whatever, I'll throw the bag here. I guess McDonald's is a bad example because I always put those on the floor, to be honest. But anything else, I'll throw right here and I'll just throw this over it, which I think kind of keeps it warm a little bit for the trip. You know, maybe I'll do it this week, Jeff. See what the War Department thinks. Run everything by the wife first. That's my rule. So let's log in, and I'll put the phone where it belongs, and we'll get our day started. See what the first thing DoorDash is going to give us is. Oh, hey, and our zone's busy. Imagine that. It is lunchtime. We'll just say we're going to dash until about 4 o'clock. I am Top Dasher, and as you guys know, I can dash anytime. For those of you that don't know how the DoorDash system works, if you're not a Top Dasher, you have to wait until the zone is either busy or you have to schedule time in the app. Most zones are busy, though. I mean, why would you want to, if you weren't Top Dasher, why wouldn't you just wait until the zone got busy and then dash? I think that's probably what most people do. So I can see where the hot spots are. That right there, where that flame is in black, is the golden triangle. And I know it looks busier over here right now and maybe down there where the Chick-fil-A is at. One of the Chick-fil-A's is at. But this zone has the most variety. And if I'm going to cherry pick, we're going to have a lot of opportunities. First order is Chili's Bar and Grill, 775 plus, which means it'll be more than that. And so we'll take that. Oh, that's been happening a lot lately. This little DoorDash charger thing is neat, except that it heats up the phone too much. So I really don't do the electric on it very much, but we can see we did accept that order. The plus means that it will be more. Sometimes I'll look at these real quick and just see what the items are so I can tell if it's going to be you know, a high one, but unfortunately it doesn't have the item. So let's just get going. Put you in your holder. Nice and tight. Hopefully it doesn't fall out. And Chili's is just around the corner, so we'll just zip right over there. I won't even use a GPS. Oh, by the way, if any of you were along for the dress rehearsals, you heard I have Siri programmed with, I think, an Indian-Australian mix accent type thing. But I decided to avoid having to turn my microphone off all the time. What I'm going to do is I have it just set to not do any of the prompts. So the only voice you hear will be the voice of me. And I've got my tunes, so we'll get those going. Because it's a holiday, the traffic is a lot less today. So we'll go almost anywhere. We won't avoid the south end of town. Usually avoid the south end of town on weekdays. But since it's a holiday, we'll go anywhere. Yeah, I should have used the GPS because I just realized I did this incorrectly. This is more distance. I should have just went straight across. Oh well. And I will check the chat periodically when it is safe to do so, like right now when we're at red lights here. And Jeff, if you're still listening, just real quick, you could just tell me if you can hear everything okay and nothing's gone on. I guess I could just turn up the volume on the iPad real quick. Yep, I can hear myself, so it must be good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yo! Our first run of the day is actually probably going to be pretty good. 775 plus to Chili's. I didn't pay attention to the mileage. I'm going to go back and look at the picture real quick. 3.4 miles. That's not bad. So that's over $2 a mile. I'll take that. Get the front view real quick. You can see that we're waiting to turn left. And let's see how easy this is to move. Nah, I can't move it all the way. I can see Chili's out my driver's side window. It's literally that close. I could say that I'm at the store even. I drive and deliver. Thanks for the shout out. They're still collecting money at this intersection. I thought that was only a weekend thing. Now it looks like it's going to be a weekday thing as well. I said during the introduction that this won't just be a ride along. Every day or every Monday when I do this, I'll also have a topic in mind. It's probably going to be one or more topics because, you know, it might be kind of boring and nothing's really going on. And I have a lot of words to say. And for the last 5 years of my corporate America work life, I've had to bite my tongue. And so I've got a lot to say on a lot of topics. So if you think I'm a little wordy, I apologize for that. But anyway, I've got the topics in my head. I'm thinking about talking about a show that I've been watching on Amazon, their streaming service. You won't believe this. So I just got an add-on, another $5 from McDonald's. It's on my route. It hasn't given me a distance yet though, so I'm checking it out myself. Okay, so it's on the way to drop off the other customer. So yes, we'll take that also. So we've now added a McDonald's to our route as well. A show I'm watching on Amazon, the streaming service called Bosch Legacy, and it's like a sequel or an after show to a show called Bosch. And Bosch is a really good show. So you can all the episodes beginning to end. I think it's probably 5 seasons. It might be 6, might be 4, something like that. It's a cop show. It's about a detective. He's named Bosch. He's got sort of an interesting backstory. He's got some money from when he did a consulting gig for. He's a Hollywood detective and he did some movie consulting. So he got a bag of money for doing that. And then as a result, he bought this house. Literally with the view of Los Angeles up on a hillside like on stilts. But I don't go deep into the weeds on his house. It's just kind of funny because it's through the whole show, they always have great exteriors from it. He's this tough detective guy, and he's got a daughter, and every season it's actually based on a book series as well. So every season is the episodes are solving this one major case and getting closer and closer until he wraps it up and solves it at the end. So I really enjoyed watching it. Then came Bosch Legacy, and that's where I have a problem, but I'm at the store, so you're gonna have to wait for that. This microphone I know will pick up inside the store. The problem is I'm using the Wi-Fi from my dashing phone to power both the camera and the iPad today. So I don't really know what's gonna happen to my connection. So hopefully it doesn't time out, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear me okay. Reposition this. All right, and we'll be right back. Doesn't look like that's the case. All right. So since that doesn't default to cellular, I'll change the connection when we get some downtime. When's that gonna happen? Wants me to go to McDonald's next. I don't know if you guys are familiar with jumping tasks. Just go up to the hamburger stack in the upper left-hand corner. This is going to 2 different destinations. Leanna's who's at McDonald's, so we're gonna just jump to David C and drop him off first, because Chili's food I think probably won't hold up as well as McDonald's food. How far away it's going and in which direction. Oh, you know what? Nope, that's not going to work. So, but you can jump tasks if you want to, but now I realize that these are both going in the same direction, and I'm picking up from McDonald's. It's across the street from here, so we're going back to McDonald's. Shouldn't try and second guess the app. Yeah. 12:25 fastest route. So this one's not really that far either, but I still think I can. If the McDonald's order is ready, that's another trick you can do also. You guys probably know this if you multi-app, but once I check out at this McDonald's, if it's not ready, I'll just immediately walk out the door, zip off and deliver this because I know it's only going a little ways. These drinks are kind of precarious here, so I'm just holding them as I go around this U-turn. If it's not ready, I'll just hop out and go deliver the Chili's food and then come back. No one's the wiser. Chili's just off to the right. I'm on one of the main roads that make up the Golden Triangle, like the left side, the west side. This road that I'm across makes up the bottom part of it. And then the right side of it is obviously off to the right. But you can, if you look way off in the distance, you can see we're closing in on the McDonald's. It's like across the street from this one. Not every zone is the same. You know, making a small zone work or right in the metropolitan zone work, they're all different. They all take different skill sets and different strategies. Me sitting just in this little one part of this zone seems to be the best strategy at certain times of the day. All right, before we go in, let me see if I can fix this stream real quick so it doesn't cut out while I'm gone. All right. I don't know if you lost me or not. It still looks like I'm connected and I'm not using the Wi-Fi anymore. So let me run in, get to McDonald's, and I'll be right back. What's the order number? D4E. I can see two of them.
You got your shirt on.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think I've ever received a DoorDash shirt.
You can get them online. They're like $11, and most places it helps out, you know, because they'll see you and they'll go, "Oh, we get your order."
Yeah. I can see that. 'Cause I'm always having to harass people.
Yeah. I can see that there's two bags back there, and 4D. I'm sorry, D4E. Thanks. You have a good day. Stay safe.
You too.
Another Dasher picking up while I was in there. We both got our orders after we got the attention of the McDonald's people who never pay attention to us. Okay. We have room for all this food. Which do you think smells better? Or, I'm sorry, which do you think I can smell at all? The chilies actually smells great, but it probably tastes great too. Let's confirm our pickup. See which one we're dropping off first. Believe it or not, Leanne. Now here is where I'd really think twice about jumping tasks. Because while Leanne is close, we've had that food a while, so we're changing that. We're going to go do David first. There we go. And we'll do Leanne second. And like I said earlier, I'm going to check the comments at red lights and stuff and when it's safe, when we don't have any deliveries to deliver anything. Dude, there's nothing coming. Come on. Come on, Grandpa. There you go. Sorry, didn't mean to get all ageist there and say that old people can't drive. It's just what my dad used to say whenever somebody would just sit and not go, and we missed the light as the result of that too, so we're going to be here for a minute. Let's take that time to look at some comments, if we got any. Oh, this says no connection. Why? We'll be here a little while. Still got the walking guy on the other side. We're in the countdown though. Hey, Kevin. Agreed. This is holidays are always strange. Hey, Welty, welcome to the feed. Holidays are always, I mean, someone you can count on for consistency that they're going to be good, but others, you know, where there's not like a national shutdown. You know, this is a national holiday. You know, banks are closed and things like that, but a lot of things are still open. So it's not like Christmas and Thanksgiving, to try to draw an analogy. But I've been, you know, slow in the early morning. I think I made $26 total. But as soon as I logged in for this live session, I started the dash right shortly thereafter and already have 2 deliveries. One is the 775 plus that we're going to drop off first. The other one's the McDonald's one. I think it was $5 add-on. I'll put it there. So that might be a good place. So I'm trying to find a place to put the iPad so I can watch the comments, and I just put it on the floor right in the driver's side. That seems to work. So if I'm even doing this, I'm just looking at the iPad. All right, so Bosch and Bosch Legacy. So Legacy was the show that came after Bosch. I'm talking about the show I'm watching on Amazon. And I'm waiting for the next season of Bosch Legacy because they left on a real cliffhanger. I think there's only been 1 season of Bosch Legacy. Yeah, there's only been 1 season. And so at the end of season 1, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. So if anybody doesn't want to know, just mute me for about 30 seconds. At the end of season 1 of Bosch Legacy, Bosch's daughter is in peril. You know, there's somebody, I think, in the house with them or something, and you know, she's in risk, let's just say. And I'm losing sleep over it, to be honest. I tell my wife, you know, it's like, gosh, I hope Bosch's daughter is okay, because I don't really know what's going on. You know, I'm waiting for the next season. And so that's how good the show is, that I'm that emotionally invested in these characters that I know are just actors, but I'm really concerned about their character and if they're going to make it. if you want to throw any show that you're streaming into the comments, feel free. I watch a lot of shows right now. Since we're in limbo, we're rewatching Lost, and boy, that show can be so annoying. It's one of those where it's very, I don't want to use the word episodic. It's just the characters are developed through stories that happen in their past. So you're always getting flashbacks and episodes that are, centric of the characters. And some of the characters are just, they're morons. I would hate to be stranded on a desert island with most of them. Some of them might be okay, but they all just have their little things that they do. And all throughout the 7 seasons of that show, they just keep doing it. We're about 4 minutes away from the drop off. I'm going to switch to the front view for a little bit. Light here is the traffic light for the Silver Comet Trail. This trail, I'm not sure exactly where it's, but I know that it goes almost, if not all the way to the island. And it cuts obviously right through where we're driving. We've also been watching, after we're done with Lost episodes, watch 1 or 2 of those. We'll watch Adam 12 reruns. I used to work for the cable company, and if you didn't know this, all cable company employees get free cable. So I used to have all the channels, all the movie channels, and free internet, and when it was applicable landline service. So I had to give up all that. And I've been kind of surprised to find out that with my 1 or 2 streaming services that I have, and there's a ton of free channels that are available right from my smart TV, about 200 channels. They show a lot of old shows, like Baywatch and things like that, but I still find Baywatch entertaining to this day, say what you will, and Adam 12, and there's a lot of free content on the streaming services. We got an antenna so we can get all of our local channels, and we've been able to cut both cords pretty successfully. Now for the internet, we went with a 5G solution. I made a couple videos on that, but it's called fixed home internet, fixed wireless home internet, meaning that I've got a gateway just like I had with Comcast, but this gateway picks up 5G cellular signals, and it's unlimited data, and it works very well. I can't tell any difference. Now I know that the latency, ping time response and things like that are a little bit different. They're longer, they're not as good, and there's some packet loss. So if you were a gamer or something like that, it might not be the best solution. But if you're just, single, or maybe 2 or 3 people in your household streaming, notice a problem. I've had great service with them. And it's not just T-Mobile that has that service; Verizon has as well too. All right, we are about 1 minute away from dropping off the Chili's. And then it won't smell good in the car anymore. All right, we're here. $29.75. Any special directions? Nope. It's $29.65. Extreme disposal. Hopefully he's here. Beware of the dog. Love it. All right. This one has the drinks too, so. By the way, the delay looks like it's only about 15 or 20 seconds I can see on the iPad, so this is happening right now. If something happens to me, call 911. Hi, I got a food delivery for David. Is that you? There you go. And you want me to put this somewhere, or? I just saw the sign. I was just like, I didn't want to just barge in or anything. Take care. You bet. Have a good day.
You too.
DoorDash wants to know if I need help with the delivery. I'm like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional driver. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. Okay, so it ended up being $9.25 instead of the $7.75 originally quoted. So they hid $2 of the tip for whatever reason, but that's a nice tip. $6 tip from the customer. And now let's go deliver Leanne's McDonald's. Leanne's order was only $5.50. But I bet there's still a tip because it's going pretty close to where the McDonald's actually is. So we're going to have to double back. But not that far. I mean, let me put it into the GPS. I know where this is, but I'm kind of curious how long it's going to take us to get there. Three minutes. 1.9 miles. I think I made the right call. McDonald's is hearty food, and it will hold up for an hour easily in the packaging. That Chili's will not ever be the same after it gets cold. You can reheat it. I know, Welty, if you're still listening, never underestimate the power of a microwave, but ugh. I don't eat DoorDash myself very often. And the stuff that I do order off of DoorDash is stuff that, I think holds up, like pizza. And obviously sushi, it holds up pretty well. I mean, I guess maybe it could get kind of hot in the summertime, but in general, it's not, it's going to it's served raw. So it's going to be room temperature when it's prepared. It's room temperature when you eat it. If I wanted to get a meal from Burger King or McDonald's or something, though, I would probably just go get it. And I'm not trying to be judgmental or anything like that. Because I do this job. I know I'm coming off negative right now, probably, but because this is paying the bills. But just it's a service I would never use. And it was shocking to me when I started doing this a couple years ago that it is as popular as it is. That I could make a living doing this. I did not think I would be able to make the money that I make door dashing, $2,000 or $3,000 a month, because I just didn't figure there was that much volume out there. Shocked that I can stay busy. And my favorite time to be out is in the middle of the night. And I don't work the night shift. I call it the very early morning shift. I'll wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning, because that's actually Saturday night. And I will work that shift just because it's relatively good money at that time, even though there's only a couple places open, like the gas stations and IHOP. It's still pretty good money. It's my turn. Too busy talking to you guys. I really did think, though, I wasn't totally distracted. I thought it was the next one. I'll have to pay just a little bit more attention without the British lady telling me where to turn. I'm a little bit dependent on her. She would not have allowed me to miss that turn. Let's just put it to you that way. She would have said, "Jeff, you are going too fast. Slow down. You're going to miss your turn." No GPS is that good. You know what would be a nice feature though of GPS? It would be somehow a button you could click when you get stopped by a train. Because there's a train tracks that run right through my zone too, and reroute because of train button, and it would find you the nearest overpass. I've gotten to know where they are pretty quickly, but for maybe doesn't know the area, they have to wait for the train. 2130. Arrival. This is I've delivered here before. This is a nursing home. It's always been something different though. This one looks like it's a staff member. Sometimes it's one of the people that are residents there. We'll just have to see. I'll be back. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. It's for Leanne.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a good day. If I can get here back here fast enough to show you, it was a $550 payout, $350 tip. They called this one a diamond order, but for $5, I don't know about diamond really being that great. All right, next. It's a $4.50 high pay order. I guess I should have bit my tongue there. DoorDash is going to punish me now and give me that. It's only 1.7 miles. So we'll do that. We've accepted it, and we're on our way to Papa John's. This is the Papa John's in the Golden Triangle as well, too. You know what? Bit time. Just check the comments, make sure I'm not missing anything you guys are telling me. You guys are an important part of this. The number one goal of this is not to make money or drive viewership, or I'm sorry, drive subscriptions or anything like that. The number one goal of this is just to entertain people who have already subscribed and who already like what they're seeing. So that's where we're going here. Who's your favorite Lost character? That's a good question. I like, spoiler alert, again, if you've never seen Lost, I like John Locke, but I like him a lot more after he becomes a smoke monster. So if you've never seen the show, you're probably really wondering what that means. Inside Man, 3-episode story. What's it streaming on? I'm not sure if I've heard of that, but I will Google it later if you don't answer me now. Yep, and I'm with you, Drive and Deliver. I used to think Uber Eats and DoorDash were sort of different too from a customer perspective, that I got some kind of a better experience if I ordered from Uber Eats. I really didn't. I didn't think DoorDash had the same kind of reputation, but I was surprised to learn once I got into the industry, so to speak. As it turns out, DoorDash has actually cornered the market more or less, and as it comes to reputation, I don't really know. I don't see any reason why I would think any less or worse of DoorDash. In other words, I don't think it really matters. We're all the same. We all multi-app. We are all doing the same job. You don't get a better experience. In fact, for lately, I would say Uber Eats is probably delivering a little bit slower than DoorDash is, because when I go in and I have to wait, I'll see orders that are already there. And I'll log into Uber Eats to see if I can get them, and sometimes I get them, which means they've just been sitting there for who knows how long. And if I don't get it, I'll assume somebody's on the way, and sometimes it's still sitting there when I leave, when I get my order. So I think Uber Eats has their food sitting around a lot longer. Maybe they think they're helping out the drivers by keeping the drivers moving, but the customer is important in the equation as well. My least favorite character, Welty, if you're still out there, is Kate. I what everybody sees in her. I mean, yeah, she's attractive, but in general, she's a criminal. I mean, she's a felon. She's a murderer. And she's so predictable, almost to the point of just kind of being like a twist. She will specifically get other people into bad situations. She doesn't just get herself into bad situations. She causes trouble for everyone else. So that would be my least favorite character. I really like the Ben character, even though he's sort of a bad guy. That's because I really like the actor Emerson, I think his name is. He's also the main character in the main character in the Machine one, Person of Interest. And if you've never seen Person of Interest, that's a great show to stream. As with a lot of shows, sometimes the later seasons aren't as good as the earlier seasons, but it's still a good show. And he's also in a show called Devil, which was on CBS for a couple seasons, and then it moved to streaming and just continued on. Which, if that starts to become a thing, I'm not going to like it. I don't think that's a good business model to give you a show over the air for free, and then just all of a sudden decide after a couple of seasons, oh well, we're going to make you pay for it now. Oh, I wonder if she's waiting for me. We're here. I haven't taken a picture of my pizza bag yet. Am I gonna have to do that? No. It's odd. Usually that's an everyday occurrence. I'll be back. What's happening? I saw you at the door and I was wondering if you were just waiting for me. Is it slow today?
Yeah, I'm okay like 3 orders.
Yeah, I've been slow too. This is Osaid?
Yeah, this one has 11.
All right. You don't happen to have any more pizza bags, do you? I like to keep 2 and my other one just wore out. The Velcro doesn't Velcro anymore. I can get it off the shelf if you want. You got it? I'm tall, I get everything off shelves. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mondays are usually kind of slow though. I just kind of thought with the holiday, I had no idea if it would be busier or slower. It seems like it's slower, but there's no traffic. That's the best part. She's probably wondering why I'm talking so much. Do you have a driver today? Or you're just...
I got 2.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll linger around somewhere else then. Thank you very much for the bag. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too?
Oh yeah, I collect these bags. All right, so we got that. It's about 46 minutes after the hour. If we have to go a little bit long, that's cool. We can do that. All right, let's keep moving. Oh, now they want to picture the pizza bag. If you guys didn't know this, you can just take a picture of your catering bag if you have one of those, or anything pretty much that says DoorDash on it. I haven't experimented too much with what it deems acceptable and not acceptable. If anything will work, I know that just taking a picture of nothing won't work. You have to have something in the image. Oh, this is really short. I think it was probably more distance to get to the store than it's going to be to do the drop. I can't stress enough the value there is in CarPlay. If you guys, if you're doing side gigs for navigating easily, especially if you're multi-apping, having the navigation just be in the big screen, and then you can run your life on the app. That's cool as well. I know I probably should have ran that guy down, or cut him off. But I didn't want you guys to think I'm a jerk. I'll save that for the non-live 23 hours of my day. Where is the? Oh, there it is. So this will be the most dangerous thing that we've done so far on the live stream today. We're going to turn left across 6 lanes of traffic in an uncontrolled intersection. The only reason I'm doing this on a weekday is because I'm hoping that there's less traffic. But I may have made a miscalculation. We'll see. No, actually, I think I'm going to be able to do it pretty easily. Oh, why are you going so slow? Yay. Survived. So I really hope the second season of Bosch Legacy drops soon. I know that they've finished filming it, because I have a Google News alert. Oh God, you guys seen the movie, The Glass? It's people who made Knives Out. So it's called Out Production or something. Well, Knives Out was already good. Amazing though, I highly recommend it. It's streaming on one of the streaming services that I have, so I'm gonna guess. I don't know what made me think of it. It was something I was saying. I'm not good at stupid things or something like that. Sometimes this job feels that way. Yeah, the GPS was wrong on this one. I'm gonna have to do this one manually.